Wellness is not initiative with us, it is not a department, it is not a program, it's in our DNA. So our employees not only get the free access to workouts, but they train together, they play together, they set their fitness goals together. We did Cult Run, 5K run, and this was our second edition. We have something called Movement 30. In those 30 minutes, we encourage our employees not to work. Then we do something massive every year, we call it Fit Games. It's an annual sports tournament we do, and it's pretty crazy. If you name the sport, we have the club there.
Oh my gosh, it seems like a lot. I mean, obviously your team is doing a lot.
We are living the code, I would say, at Curefit.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Close the Loop. Today we're going to talk about another topic that is close to my heart, which is corporate wellness. And, oftentimes when we as kind of a people leadership community and HR community, we think about wellness, unfortunately sometimes it feels like a tick box item. But I think today we have a guest who has really transformed how organizations can think about wellness, to making this much more of a strategic part of the organization and something that's more felt on a day-to-day in the culture of the organization. So really excited to welcome our guest, Shruti Walia, who leads corporate HR at Curefit, and really excited to kind of get into it with you today.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Thanks a lot for having me here.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously you had kind of a career spanning multiple organizations. Could you maybe just walk through briefly like your career journey, just so give our audience a sense of where you've been?
Sure. So I started my career in recruitment talent acquisition back in 2007. Yeah. And the early years of my career in recruitment has taught me a lot about policies, procedure, if I have to be more precise, about timelines, candidate experience, and so on. Yeah. But then as and when I started progressing in my career, and especially when I worked with Flipkart and Zivame, fast-growing organizations, I started seeing a pattern of disengagement or employee burnout, or probably what companies claim what they mean by, what they value, and the gap between what companies say, what they value versus what employees actually feel on the ground. While I was
a very big difference.
Absolutely, the on-ground reality, you would say. While I was still a part of recruitment, but I could witness those changes and those beliefs there. I also realized, and it was a turning point, that with all the great systems, unless the employees are supported as people and not just I would say performers, the overall outcome actually fizzles out. And again, during recruitment, while we were interacting with employees, these insights were there. Yeah. Now, when back in 2017, I joined Curefit, and that's when my belief was deepened. What I mean, the insight got the right home. Yeah. And here we begin to embed or integrate wellness into everything. Right. So when I say everything, that means probably our work design, our leadership styles, our office spaces, and we were talking about it. If you come to our office, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You might run into some weights there.
You will feel it's a kind of gym setup that you're entering into, and you will be reminded about having an active lifestyle all the times and being aware of what health and wellness means to you. So that was a transition I have seen from my early days in recruitment versus moving into human resource business partnering at Curefit, what wellness actually means to employees. I also have realized it's not about having access to benefits. It is the transition from policy to practice. It's about what as an organization we believe in, what we value. Do we take enough breaks? Have we set boundaries? Sure. Do we, share our mental journeys openly? Do we celebrate our fitness wins or not, or rather than just talking about KPIs and numbers? Yeah. So I have seen the exponential change, how people believe, how they feel, what they expect from an organization throughout in our 17 years.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I think, you've been at kind of a successive set of companies where you've realized, oh my God, this is much more than a checkbox item. And I think the industry and the demands of the next generation of talent also mean that HR teams in that time have also had to step up a lot more.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
So obviously I think, you lead HR for corporate at Curefit. I think the entire audience probably who's watching this is super keen to know what you guys do there, right? If the entire organization's mission vision is around health and wellness, like what could possibly be going on at wellness for the employees of
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and I hope you remember in our last meeting I spoke about that this is my favorite topic, and I can go on, and I would probably need another 5 minutes to talk about that. Yeah. So, we are living the code, I would say, at Curefit. And what it means to us, we are not just promoting wellness, or it's just not one of the slides in our induction deck. It means this is how we operate. So, wellness is not I would say initiative with us. It is not a department, it is not a program, it's in our DNA. Now, what do we do here? There are a lot many things that we have been doing for last couple of years. We encourage our employees to prioritize their active lifestyle as much as they prioritize their probably office meetings. So our employees not only get the free access to workouts, but they train together, they play together, they set their fitness goals together. That kind of culture we have built here. So let me share some more anecdotes, or rather the use cases or the initiatives that we have taken in our organization. It is not only the meaningful or the thoughtful or great initiatives we have taken in wellness program. I'll talk about it one by one. But we have also built some micro moments of wellness at our workplace. Now, let me just give you some examples there. Every Wednesday afternoon between 2:30 to 3 p.m., we have something called Movement 30. In those 30 minutes, we encourage our employees not to work. We encourage them to avoid taking any meetings, but in case there is something that they have to do, they have to take calls, meetings, we encourage them to just walk the meeting. That means just take your team out, just walk around the office, or even if you have to be within a meeting room, inside the meeting room, just keep moving.
So everybody in that half hour is up and about?
Absolutely. We have a dedicated team. We call it a boost squad who will so we send reminders. The calendar is blocked throughout. Our existing employees, for our new joinees, the dedicated team will come, they will remind everyone, and just to nudge people, we have started calling our dance trainers. They will go to each floor and they will just make everyone just dance. We shut down our lifts also in corporate offices so that people are encouraged to climb steps.
For those 30 minutes?
Yes, we do that. Another initiative or ritual that we do every Thursday, which is an athleisure day. We again expect our employees to come in their athleisure outfit, come in your trousers, your t-shirts, and your sports shoes. And there are a lot of people who hit the gym or they go for a sports session directly from office, and people are actively participating in that. Third initiative that we have taken, we spoke about it briefly in our last discussion also, the wellness break that we give to our employees. So in any organization, typically between 10 to 12 days of public holiday or including national holiday you get. But there are a few months where you have absolutely no break, no public holiday or a national holiday. So in those months, for example, this year it was February, I think, and June and July. So we club one of the weekdays on a Friday or on a Monday, and we give extended. Yes, that is a much deserving break that our employees need. And these are the small initiatives that makes a huge impact. Now, can I take another 3 to 4 minutes and talk about the really big initiatives that we have taken? So there is something called Cure.fit. We started this program 2 years ago, which is a holistic health and wellness program for our employees. So when we started this, we started with the ambition or with the goal of building habit of employees should have active lifestyle. They should drink certain liter of water every day. We remind them, we track it, and get adequate sleep. So we ran this program for a couple of quarters, and when we saw most of our people have built that habit, we are reminding them enough that you need to do something. Not necessarily you need to hit the gym, go dance, just walk, complete your 10,000 steps, play a sport. Then what next? We came up with clubs, sports club. You name the sport, we have the club there. Individual sports, group sports, and so on, be it football, cricket, swimming, your racket sports, and so on. We created the club because at times there is a lack of motivation. You need that nudge, you need a partner, you need the community. That also went ahead, and then we do something massive every year. We call it Fit Games. It's an annual sports tournament we do, and it's pretty crazy in Curefit because it's a 2 to 3 months affair that we do.
Wow. Yeah. It's like a season.
It's a season. People wait for it. People travel from all across the cities, pan India. Your freshers, your leaders, men, women, everyone participate, and people train, people practice, people learn a new sport. It's a crazy affair altogether. Then quite a few more events we keep doing. We do some sport challenge in office. We do outdoor activities. We have recently done Cult Run 5K. We keep doing every year.
Yeah.
We do cyclothon. To increase women participation, we do exclusive tournament for women. We call it WSL, Women Sports League, to ensure that there is no distraction and only women are playing, so that we eventually increase the participation of women. So there are a lot many things that we do at Curefit to keep it going.
No, that's definitely the most comprehensive set of stuff, and I think it totally makes sense, right? I think a lot of folks would hear all that and say, "Oh my gosh, like it seems like a lot." I mean, obviously your team is doing a lot,
Yes.
And kudos to you guys for doing it. I think, for other organizations where, maybe core fitness, core wellness is not totally in, their business.
Yeah.
Also, I think a lot of HR teams struggle to think about how will I have bandwidth to put these things on, right? I think, I heard that you guys have done something really cool where it's not just a top-down initiative, but you really inspire kind of like grassroots participation, grassroots leadership, and colleagues themselves are setting these
Yes.
up, right? So what does that look like, and how did you guys take your first steps in setting that up?
Got it. So, Ryan, you will agree with me. We have seen this is a common challenge that we face. Most of the times, the enthusiasm of employees fizzles out if we treat wellness as, a campaign. So rather than making it a HR-led program or a policy-led program, make it the way of life. It should come out naturally. And that's when, it takes you a long way. Now, the way we have built the culture, we have, and I just told some time back, we have embedded everything into our, work rhythm. And we do not treat it as a parallel track. So when you make it as a HR-led policy or a program, initially people will participate, but they get bored, it get monotonous. Hence we need to ensure that it becomes a way of the company, the culture, the practice. Now let me give you some more anecdotes. We at Curefit talk fitness, we talk nutrition, we talk about how much sleep you're having, what it means. When we reach office and when I have to address someone, my first question is, "Hey, did you work out today?" After saying good morning or good afternoon. During the breaks, we have seen people asking, what kind of workout do you do these days, or which gym do you go to? Shall we work out together? We have also seen when someone is having a bad day, a teammate is nudging. They offer them for a group session of sports or a workout together. So this kind of culture we have built. We have seen people asking each other, "Hey, this looks like an interesting food and full of nutrition. Where have you ordered it from?" Or if it's homemade, so what's the recipe? So that kind of culture we have built here, and and that's when the culture is working, when it becomes self-sustaining. You actually don't have to, as an HR, you don't have to put in any efforts, and it's a part of your life day in day out.
Totally. Yeah, no, I think you summed it up so well, right? I think so many of the wellness initiatives, from the vantage point of Loop, where we work with 850 customers, to try to probably get them closer to something that you guys are doing today. A lot of it is, I think, these one-off campaigns that lose novelty over time. They fizzle out.
Yeah, of course.
Love that you guys have that outcome, right? A lot of culture is driven by leadership and managers, right? You said, your leadership and management are pretty involved, but was it ever hard to get them in and really aligned with these things, or did you guys not really face that challenge?
Not really. We were fortunate enough to get there. Yes, there are set of people who are not too keen on fitness, but this is the beauty of working in Curefit. Once you start working, when you see set of fit people around you, when you're living the culture, when you're only talking about everyone's wellness, you eventually get aligned to the philosophy automatically. But like I said, we were fortunate enough, and I would like to give you example of our CEO, Naresh. Whatever fitness challenges we conduct in our organization, he is always a part of it. He even cares to inform us in case he is going to miss it because of any prior commitments or so on. He makes time. And we have seen that, he's always leading in top 5 participants every time we are doing something. So he never fails to inspire people. He never fails to motivate people. And not only him, we have seen many leaders who will participate, who will inspire people. Now, what happens when it is, such wellness programs, our leadership mindset, it comes out naturally. Employees can participate without having any guilt. We normalize the culture of prioritizing your health, your fitness, along with your work. And I have even seen that our CEO, Naresh, I'm talking about, he has taken initiative in asking people, hey, are you guys free to have a football match? And every week he religiously plays football, basketball, and many leaders, they end up playing. So that culture gets top down. And it's eventually essential to walk the talk and lead by example.
Yeah. In some of these programs, like, they're also kind of, you said you have committees and these groups and communities. For the audience, what advice would you have to them on setting something up like that, where the HR team themselves doesn't need to, maybe they can create a scaffolding or a framework, but then a lot of the execution is done by the team itself?
Certainly. So first of all, as an HR team, we should start with asking, are we designing these policies, benefits for compliance or for the culture? That clarity is required. It's a different ball game if it's done for building the right culture. And I strongly believe we must do away from on calendar, kind of wellness program. As you said some time back, it's not an add-on benefit anymore. It's not another day on your calendar. Eventually, it's about how our employees are going to feel every day. So we must focus more on care, empathy, and support. And trust me, these are 3 powerful mantras to enable a highly productive workforce. The results are massive once employees feel cared, they feel supported, they feel that empathy is there. The small initiatives that we take is, and it takes us a long way, we are not bullish about in our corporate function of your login and log out time. We really don't care.
Treat people like adults.
Absolutely. We trust you. And we have seen, once you don't question them, what time are you coming to office, what time are you leaving, the ownership or I would say, the ownership multifolds there. People eventually finish their task, their deliverables, gets closed before time. So that these small things take you a long way. Number 2, we spoke about it, lead by example. So I work out every day. I share my fitness journey openly. I even train with employees at times. Our leaders are actively participating in all the events that we are doing. Out of nowhere, I have learned sports like cricket, football. I learn calisthenics. And we are not trying to prove any point. It's one of the ways to tell our employees that we are in this together and we have got this. So once it becomes the way of life, once you make the shift from policy culture to a practice culture, things fall in place. So my advice to everyone would be here is, lead by example, shift your focus from policy-led wellness program to more on culture-led program. Focus more on care and empathy. It'll take you a long way.
Yeah. No, I think that's beautifully summarized and really helpful. It seems like when you put it that way, it's actually quite doable, right? It just, everyone kind of needs to lean in and everybody needs to commit. And obviously doing this and keeping this a part of your core mission and core set of people activities which you run, you must be seeing the success of it, and that's why you guys are continuing to invest, right? So what is, when you say here's the ROI of these programs, how do you know that this is really working? What does that feel like in the company?
Sure. I wouldn't talk about the traditional ways of checking by more productivity, absenteeism, and so on. There are traditional ways, and people do that. We also do that. But there are other ways of looking at it, and they are more beautiful and organic. So we do not measure participation only in numbers. We also see it as an engagement signal. What it means, when the participation of employees is dropping down, we do not come up with any other event. We understand the gap. We try to understand the expectations that our employees have, and I would love to give you example here also. There are a few people, like I said some time back, there are a few people who lack motivation, who do not have time to hit the gym, to play any sport for various reasons, personal commitment, or probably they spend more time on road, more travel time, and so on. We bring fitness and fun to their workplace. What do? We run multiple sport challenges, which is a combination of fun plus fitness. We are getting them familiar with, because we have understood not everyone is enthused about fitness, not everyone has time to dedicate for themselves. It takes a lot. So let's bring fitness to work, and it is not boring, because it comes with a flavor of fun activity. We reward people, we celebrate win, and that's when we find the gap there. The culture we have made here is whatever parties we have, or off-sites we do, or we do yearly celebrations also, wherein people come from different cities. It's a day-long program when we celebrate, do these celebrations. Our events start with fitness challenge. Nice. During our breaks, we do breathing exercise or chair yoga. Whenever we go for off-sites, we start our off-site with any sport. Men, women, everyone will play. And in parties also, over drink, you will see bunch of people are doing push-ups, plank challenge. Nice. Many a times I initiate that. It's like when you are Curefit employees, you're partying anywhere. Yeah. It's not completed. Your party is not completed unless you're doing push-up.
It's like a bunch of fitness bros.
So people are dancing, and we women and men, we are like doing push-up, and people will start making our video, and that gives us a kick. So that's the culture we have made.
All this stuff is playful.
The ROI. Yeah, so let me give an example here, how we actually realize that it's working well for us. Yeah. So let me give the recent example, as recent as I think it was done 2 weeks ago. Okay. We did Cult Run, 5K run, and this was our second edition. We did it last year. When we thought of doing Cult Run for our corporate employees, the objective was to get maximum people to run together and to get going with this club that we have. We opened last year, we started off with. The objective was to have overall 100 people who come for a run. Even if our 50 people come, plus one option, we will give it to everyone. So friends and family, we will have around 100, 120 people coming up and participating. Yeah. But last year, eventually, close to 200 people came and participated. And on demand, we came up with our second edition this year. We did it 2 weeks ago. And our, again, target was let's have 10-15% addition from last year. But this year we had close to 300 employees. Wow. We did some survey after that, and 63% of participants, they had their first ever 5K run with us. And 96% of friends and families, they are already waiting for the next edition or some other event to be associated with. So that's the kind of community tradition we have built. That's the kind of love, the care, the connection we have built, not only with our employees, but with their families and friends. And they're happy. We got amazing feedback on the overall flow, overall event. And that's how we know we are doing something right. Yeah. You know, when the kind of response we get beyond our expectation and targets, so that's when we get to know we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think when you kind of share those stories, it's like undeniable how it's not hard to imagine how that can increase the ENPS score that somebody really gives you, right? These are all the moments of joy that
of course
somebody, when they're thinking about their job, their career, being in an organization that really cares about these things, like
absolutely
its DNA. I think that makes so much sense.
Yeah, like I said, these are the traditional ways, but eventually they lead to high NPS, high productivity, less absenteeism because we care for them. We are running the health checkup also. There are a lot of people who are thinking about getting their health checkup done for years, but they were not able to do that. Now the nudge is there. We are giving them platform. What they need to do is just register themselves. That's all. Everything will be taken care of. So eventually it leads to high productivity, less absenteeism, and high ENPS. Yeah, of course.
That makes sense. Yeah, and I think that was the promise of corporate wellness programs all along, right? We do these programs and it starts employees on a health journey.
Yeah.
Ultimately, an employee has to take that initiative to go on the health journey. But if they have all of these supports around and they're almost swimming in a culture of health and wellness, like you guys have at Curefit, I think it's very clear how the company plays a core role in keeping
Absolutely.
healthy. So, no, that's super inspiring, super amazing. I think maybe whatever your guys' playbook is, we should figure out how to export it to so many companies, because I think this is honestly really fantastic stuff, and I think stuff I'm sure our audience is really excited by.
That's eventually we want to do. We aspire to do the Curefit program that we are running, and we're getting overwhelming response from our employees. Like I said, now it's a way we operate. We would love to see other companies also, having this program in their organizations called Cure.fit, or they can name it anything, but having the same program running. And it'll be a great achievement for us as an organization that if any other organization also can, initiate this program in their organization. So that's what we aspire to do eventually.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks so much, Shruti. I think this is a really inspiring conversation. And for the audience, just to know, Curefit, Cultfit does a bunch of amazing corporate wellness programming. So you guys should definitely check them out. All the best to you guys. I think sounds super fun. I kind of want to come work out at your office.
Let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
surely do that. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Ryan.
so much for the time. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks. Cool. Went on well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're so comfortable.
Fantastic.
That's good.